Hey guys, it's Benjamin Smith with Caliber Home Loans. My NMLS number is 372396. You can look me up on nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about a little bit about credit today, especially somebody who is maybe a renter and just maybe starting to dip your toe into the water of thinking about buying a house. So we're seeing a lot of compression in the rental market where rental companies are and property owners in general are starting to demand having pretty good scores. They want you over 600. A lot of times I see as high as 650 in order to rent a place. Honestly, if you're really above that 620 point, or you're at 600 and you think you're close, taking a look at renting can often, purchasing. Taking a look at purchasing can be a lot less expensive. Sometimes you can get more house for your money. It's yours. You can paint. I mean, the benefits of home ownership is a whole nother topic. So anyway, back to credit. I think it's a great idea for anybody considering this. You want to go ahead and get a sense of what your credit scores are if you don't know. And here's the reason for that. If you go to a mortgage lender of any kind, anybody who's in position to lend money, when they pull your credit, it's going to be a hard inquiry on your credit report, which means that it'll show for a couple of years that there was an inquiry. And as far as points wise go, it's going to hit you for a few points off of your credit. And that's true. If you look all over the place, if you have 20 people pull your credit, that can be impactful to your score in a negative fashion. So we recommend that you kind of homework who you want to work with and have some idea. If you want to compare, look at a couple of places maybe, but don't run all over town letting everybody pull. That's the risk of throwing your stuff out there to some of the online vendors. They'll have a number of inquiries from many different companies because they're gathering you as a potential home buyer, selling you and your information over to these companies that are willing to pay to get it worked up. So score wise, if you want to get a best sense of where you're at, to get actual scores, you typically have to pay for that privilege. The algorithms that run closest to us, you're probably going to have your best result on myfico.com. It's a little more expensive, but accuracy wise, they should be using essentially the same algorithms that we are going to use for credit itself. So the scores should be very, very close to what we are going to see, if not exact. An alternative is another site that we've seen some customers use called privacyguard.com. On PrivacyGuard, you can pay a couple bucks or $1, get your report and your information, and some scores. And the scores are usually a little off from us. We see 5 to 10 points difference, but it gets you an idea of a ballpark to make sure that you're close. The main thing, though, if you just need the data, if you really want to just go, hey, I don't need scores right now, I just need somebody to look at my credit with me and just really get a sense of it, you can get a free copy at annualcreditreport.com. So you can go there, get a copy from all three bureaus, get all of the data so you can see specifically what is reporting on your credit report, good, bad, ugly, and really see what's going on with that. So when it comes to pre-looking at your credit, that's what we recommend, especially if you think you're kind of on the bubble. The major thing that I would caution everybody listening to really pay attention to is when you get your consumer scores from either a bank or like Credit Karma, a lot of those other companies, you want to check and see what scoring models they're using. A lot of them are using something called a Vantage credit scoring model. Your scores are going to be completely different from what we are going to see when we look. So I've had some people very shocked by that. I've had folks that, are being told they're at a 680, 690, and I pull it and we're nearly 100 points down from that, from what we look at versus, the Vantage scoring model. So I just urge you real good caution on that. Be careful with getting too tied up to those places. A lot of them, they're really looking for to monitor your credit ongoing. That Privacy Guard I mentioned, you want to cancel that right after a week or so. Otherwise, they're going to log you in and have you set up for monthly credit monitoring to keep an eye on things as things go. And if that's what you want, that's fine. But if you're literally just looking for a sense of where you're at in the data, go ahead and just get a quick copy. Meet up with us, and of course, any lender in the world, we're going to be happy to go ahead and pull credit for you. For those folks that are really on the bubble, sometimes in my experience, it's better just to kind of like just take a pre-look. Let's not risk the inquiry, because if you're not quite there yet and you got some things to work on, we want to help guide you along that path to some things you can do with your credit in order to get scores back up a little bit before we have that hard inquiry on there. So that's what I have on that topic. Post your credit questions below. Please hit subscribe. I got more videos coming. We'll try and keep things topical as we move along, and hopefully not run as long as this one. We're at a little over 5 minutes, trying to keep things between like 2 to 4 minutes on average, but there's a lot of stuff on credit, so and more to come on all of that. Thanks, guys. Bye.